Now we'd like to share a short video spotlighting our 3 finalists.
Third grade at Shallow Point Elementary School. I love being a teacher for the main reason that I get to spend every day with students, whether they're kindergartners, as our book buddies, or fifth graders that I've taught previously. I love being able to see children as they grow and then being able to impact their lives day by day. They get to share what's interesting to them, things that they've learned, but also getting to know their families and see how they grow and develop as young people because they are our future. I found one of the best ways to engage them is to know them. And something that I learned from my mom was to get to know their families. And so I've been invited over to families' homes for dinners. Every year at curriculum night, I ask parents to give me their children's sports schedules so that I can go and be a part of their football games, their gymnastics competitions, cheer them on in a basketball game that they have. Because once they know that I care about them, and once I know a bit more about what drives them or what their passions are, I can include those things in the classroom.
Mrs. Forsyth is a great teacher because she's very patient and kind, and she likes us to be independent, and when we don't know the answer to a question, she encourages us to find it.
My name is Julie Stevens. I'm a special education English language arts teacher at Lakeside Middle School. I feel especially excited as an educator when I see students make progress, no matter how big or small the progress is, whether it be academically or emotionally. As a special education teacher, I feel that my most important role is to be an advocate for my students and sometimes even to be their voice. I help them navigate their academic day. In many cases, I also help them navigate their extracurricular day as well.
I think she's like nice, she's patient, she does her work really good. She also knows how to get things done. And she's really organized.
My name is Swicker, and I teach German at Southeast High School. Learning a new language can be very scary. So besides actually learning the language, I think students learn to deal with the unknown. And they learn to overcome their fears. And that's definitely something they will take with them, even if they do not necessarily succeed in becoming fluent. I grew up in a small town in Germany, and now I'm sitting in Metro Atlanta. And all that happened by pursuing my teaching career. And over the years, teaching has become a lot more than a profession. It has become my second identity. Teaching is not just what I am, but it is who I am now, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else at this point.
What strikes me as unique about Mr. Strickland's teaching is that he is very attentive to each student's individual needs. And students learn at different paces when they learn a foreign language, and despite the fact that he has so many students, he keeps tabs on what level we're all at, and he makes sure that we get the most out of our classroom time and our homework.
Would the finalists please join me on stage when I call your name? You may return to your seats after receiving your award. The 2018 Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Becky Morris from Shiloh. Teacher of the Year, Jonas Strucker from South Forsyth High School. Please join me in congratulating our three Teacher of the Year finalists. Now, I would like to introduce, I have the pleasure of introducing Ann Crow, Chairperson of the Board of Education, for the announcement of the 2018 Forsyth County Teacher of the Year.
I just want to take a moment to thank Lynn Jackson for those kind comments. It has been an incredible honor to serve you for the last 16 years and be a part of the incredible story that is Forsyth County Schools. It takes a partnership, and many of you are in this room, and it's so humbling to be able to serve you and see that you get what you need, and also be a part of what you do with all our students in the classroom. And I wish there was an award for every teacher in the whole system. But today we have three very fine, outstanding finalists, and I'd like to read an excerpt on the essay of the winner of this year's Teacher of the Year. When I was 6 years old, a Turkish boy named Kazman joined my first grade class in Germany. He did not speak a word of German at the time. Since I could already read, I was assigned to be Kazman's tutor. Remember, he was 6. We worked and we played together almost every day. After our first grade, the class had to share what we did over our holidays. When it was Kazman's turn to speak, I silently spoke every word of his presentation with him. When he was done and the class applauded, it was magical. I knew right then I was going to be a teacher. Now, over 4,000 miles from this life-changing experience, Jonas students have a 100% pass rate on AP and IB exams and have won more awards on the National German exam than any other school in Georgia. Many of his students have swept the awards at the State German Convention, won the PAD Travel Award, and have been named the State German Student of the Year, including this year's winner, Christine Liang, who is with us today. Please join me in congratulating Jonas Strack.
How can you choose just one teacher from one school, let alone this whole county? There are so many talented and dedicated teachers in this room that I really don't know how people can compare one to another. I had the pleasure to have dinner with Becky and Julie a couple of weeks ago, and you all know already that they're wonderful teachers, but even in that short amount of time we had during dinner, I got to know them enough to know that they're also two outstanding, remarkable people. So thank you very much for sharing that dinner with me, and congratulations to everything you have accomplished in your classrooms too. But my principal, Ms. Laura Wilson, who's also here today, said something a few weeks ago that really stuck with me, and that's that Becky doesn't really teach language arts in third grade, and Julie doesn't teach special ed in middle school, and I don't teach German in high school. She said we all teach children. And I think that's a really good statement to sum up what we do, because it's not just about our subjects, it's that every teacher in this room really cares about the whole student, and not just whether they learn a few words or a few grammatical structures. To me, teaching is really not a profession. It's also not a vocation, as it's sometimes called. For me, it's a lifestyle. And it's always funny when parents email me in the evening, and then they're surprised when they get an answer. And then they say, oh, I'm so sorry to have contacted you outside of your work hours. The first time I got that kind of email, I was wondering, what work hours? Teachers don't really have a 9-to-5 job. So it takes a lot for a teacher to become successful. It takes a lot of people in the background. First and foremost, I want to thank my family. Allergies. I come home tired, tired and grumpy quite a lot. But my wife Julie, who is currently in Japan, because she also works in education, and she's in Japan with a group of students right now, outside of her work hours. She puts up with a lot, and my two wonderful children, yes, you enjoyed who are here today. Despite having to put up with me every single day, they have grown into two very smart and independent young adults, and I'm very proud of them. Yasmin will be extremely happy now. She's probably the happiest person in the room because she will turn 15 this year. And she was already old in the car. So, as was mentioned before today, teachers are typically underpaid and overworked, and they really need all the support they can get. So I am lucky enough to really have two families, my family at home and then my work family, without whom I couldn't be doing what I do every day. Working in a world language department is often like a cultural minefield. Where every misstep can cost you dearly. I've worked in a few. But that's really not the case at our school. I could not imagine working in a more collaborative and supportive environment than I do. And I'm extremely happy that several colleagues of mine came with me to support me today, win or lose. Dr. Gloria Green, Dr. Priscilla Pizarro are two Spanish teachers who were at least as happy as I was when I won Teacher of the Year of the school. And that's just amazing that colleagues are not jealous and not backstabbing each other. They're really supportive, and I think that's true for many, if not all, Forsyth County schools, and that's one reason that this county is truly special. My department chair, Maggie Gustavus, is also here, who also teaches Spanish, but she has been a relentless advocate of German and all the other languages we offer at South, and that's also rare, that she's really pushing for all languages but her own to grow, and I can't thank her enough for that. Michaela Klausnitz is here, who is the World Language Coordinator for Forsyth County. But she was also the one who pushed me to apply for her job when she left South Forsyth. So she's really responsible for this. And I already mentioned Principal Wilson. When I came to interview at South 4 years ago, she and the former principal, Mr. Cheney, whom I saw earlier too, where's Mr. Cheney? Over there. Unlike some other administrators, they trusted me right away. They trusted their instinct, They trusted Michaela's word, and they pretty much hired me on the spot, which is really not normal. And that already showed me what I didn't know back then, but what I know now, is that administrators at South really trust their teachers. And I think we try our best to repay them by not betraying that trust. And again, I can't thank all the administrators at South enough. They also told me it takes about 3 years to adjust to teaching high school because I taught only college until then. So, Mr. Cheney, I'm sorry it took me 4 years to... But in the end, it really comes down to one thing. A great teacher can only be a great teacher if he or she has great students. That's really it. If none of my students had learned German over the past 4 years, I wouldn't be standing here right now. And I'm really lucky to have two of the very best here with me. For the past 2 years, South had the Georgia German Student of the Year. In 2017, it was Matt Powell, and currently 2018 is Christine Yang. And I certainly do not claim to be the best teacher in this room, in no way. But I do claim that I have the best students, because those two and many others in my program are just outstanding. That doesn't mean I come home every day and brag about how wonderful my day was and how perfect my little angels were. But the ones who stand out, like Matt and Christine, make it all worth it every single day. They have won every German award that is out there in the state of Georgia. They have passed every national and international German exam. They have traveled to Germany, and I'm super excited that they're going back to Germany this summer to further their studies, both of them. So this is really their award, at least as much as it is mine. So thank you for that. I want to end with a quote too. Erich Kästner, the German author, who always wanted to become a teacher. He never did, but he wanted to become a teacher not to teach, but to learn. Because his philosophy was that every generation is smarter than the previous generation. So he wanted to learn from the new generation. And when I look at those 4 kids sitting at my table, I can only agree with them. And teaching is such a privilege because we get to work with the smarter generation every single day. And even though we are underpaid and overworked, I will not trade in this most awesome lifestyle for any other lifestyle in the world. And Mr. Hales, this one's for you. Thank you very much.
For the 3rd year, we're excited to provide our Forsyth County Teacher of the Year new car lease from our longtime partner, Andine Chevrolet. Please allow me to introduce Joseph Otwell. Joseph. I don't have any quotes to share, so it is a pleasure and a privilege to be here for such a wonderful occasion. Thank you, Dr. Miriam, and the entire school system to help make Forsyth County Schools some of the best statewide. Also, a big thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for hosting this event today. We want to say an extra big thank you to all the teachers here. Congratulations to you all. Please, everyone, give them a big round of applause. We at Andine Chevrolet understand that a teacher's job doesn't stop when the kids get on the bus and go home. Your job doesn't stop just because of a snow day or a breakout of the flu. Teachers and faculty are the heart and backbone of what truly makes Forsyth County great. Because of all you do, we knew there was something that we needed to do to give back to the most important group of folks that are guiding our children. We are proud to say that since we started the Anthony Teacher Advantage program, we have provided many teachers discounted service and hundreds of free oil changes. To celebrate all of you and our 70 years in business this year, we want to provide you with the best deals around. In addition to our discounted special services, free oil changes, and a lifetime warranty at no cost to you, we now have a special lease promotion just for teachers in the Forsyth County School District. Just for example, we can do a Teacher Advantage lease for a new 2018 Cruise for as low as $159 a month, or a Silverado double cab at less than $300 a month with no money down. We would love to see what we can help you out with, so come help us make your ride a little easier. Ultimately, we just want you to know that we're here for your support. Y'all make such a huge and positive impact on our community, and most importantly, on our children. We want you to know we're here to serve you. So without further ado, we would like to present this 2018 Chevrolet Equinox to Mr. Jonas Strecker. Congratulations on the honor of being the 2018 Forsyth County Teacher of the Year.